use the raise hand function in Zoom, and then that way I'll be able to see it. Just give me a second. There we go. And I will ask you to unmute and then ask a question. There's also the chat, which I'll just open up so you can, I don't always check that because I'm usually drawing, but you can ask questions in there as well. Callum says, hi, Big Kai. But yeah, so I can't remember what our normal plan is for today, but a lot of us, I will do some new stuff, but for those older students who have been here before, but for the new students, we'll do some, draw Ronaldo. No, we're not going to draw Ronaldo. I have the same paper made around. Oh, okay. And do you have this eraser though? And but I'll do some new stuff for the new people, which is funny because I'm a newbie because that's my last name. This is like a whole pen that's an eraser. It's an eraser mate, paper made eraser mate. I don't know where I think I stole that from someone. I don't know. Okay, so let's start off with some simple things. We'll just start off with some faces. We did faces in the last class, so we'll do some more advanced faces. So start with a circle, just rough, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then draw a line straight through the middle and go a bit further down the bottom. So this is a vertical line, top to bottom. So we're going to draw a realistic head. So this is the skull or the cranium part, the top of the head. And then we're going to add in the jaw down the bottom. So I'm going to find where I want the jaw to be. And then angle it up either side, try and get them even. And then I'll come up at another angle to join the jaw to the cranium. I'll zoom in a little bit. There we go. So it should have something like that. It doesn't have to be exactly. It could be longer. The jaw could be shorter. The jaw could be longer. But that's just sort of a basic size. Oh, my tea's hot. I just burnt my tongue. Okay, and once you've done that, I'm going to rub out the bottom of that circle. Because we're going to end up with lots of lines in here and we don't want to get confused. Oh, I rubbed out top of the head. And get it a bit even it out. So just be sketchy and rough. Nothing has to be perfect. You've got erasers there. You don't have to use them, but you know, if you're not happy with it, just rub it out. Don't have to scrunch it up or anything like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is find the level for the eyes. So it's halfway between the chin and the top of the head. So find about halfway, it's about there, and draw a line across. Oh, that's not really halfway. It should be a little bit less. I'll leave it there. It's roughly the right place. So that's going to be where we're going to put the eyes. Now, from the line where the eyes are to the chin, find halfway again. About there. Put a line across. That's going to be for the bottom of the nose, where the nostrils are, sort of under the nose. And that's sort of basic enough information we have there. So we can start putting the eyes. Now, I'm just going to put in the circle fairly large, because if you actually feel your face, you might have to take your glasses off. I know I do. But if you feel under your eye, that's your cheekbone. But that's actually, like if you get close to your eye, don't poke yourself in the eye, but close to your eye with your eye closed. You can feel the curve of the socket where your eyeball goes in. And then even at the top of your eye, where your eyebrow is, that's the top of the eye socket. So if you're looking at a picture of a skull, which usually, have eye sockets. If I do it sort of like that, hole for the nose, and then they come down, teeth, and then the jaw has more teeth, and back up like that. So you're feeling your cheekbone in here and where your eyebrow fits, sort of up on that. So that's sort of, if you're looking at a skull, you can sort of tell. And that's what we want to get here. We want to figure out where everything's going to go. So I'm going to draw a bit of a curve on the bottom here and a triangle. So a curved bottom triangle or a cone shape. That's where the nose is going to fit in. And if we want to carry the cheeks and the brow over as well, you can sort of add in where that cheek's going to sort of fit in, sort of like a jelly bean shape on either side. And then above the eye, you can sort of draw a bit more of a jelly bean or a sausage shape on top. This is also how you would sculpt the face out of clay. You'd start with a base and then add these clay sections on top. You may even have a rounded bit here for the chin. And then in this space below the nose, you come down a little bit. And above the chin, that's where you're going to have a space for the mouth. See how we've already got a face there, but we just need to put in details. And also don't forget the ears. So ears sort of come down roughly from the bottom of your nose to your eyebrow level. So I'm just putting in those lines. So the ear is going to fit in somewhere within those lines. Now, depending on what kind of character you want to draw, you can change these proportions. You can, if you had the chin coming down to a point, instead of drawing that straight edge there, or you could round it off. Gives it more of a rounder, softer face, or a pointy chin's more angular face. You can draw bigger ears. You could draw smaller eyes. You could change those proportions that we first drew. If I drew a very short jaw and had all the eyes down low and the nose low, and that means the mouth's going to be low too, and the ear's going to be low, then you've got sort of like a baby's head with a really big forehead, or an alien. Or if you did it the opposite way and had the jaw really big, coming out like that, and then the eyes up high and the nose up high and the mouth up high with this massive chin, it's like a big ogre or something like that, big giant kind of face, or it could even just be a big beard. But it's using these same proportions, but you can just alter them to get different characters. So you play around with it. A lot of things I tell my students when we're doing anatomy is that you have to learn basic anatomy, so the human proportions, so that you can then break those rules and draw wacky characters and cartoon characters. Even anime characters, some have really long legs that are disproportionate to their body. But it's just the style of that artist's drawing. Okay, I'm going to just switch over to mechanical pencil, just hopefully that it's a different, I can get it a bit darker, because I want to show you a bit more. All right, so I'm going to start with the eyes. So that's the circle of the eye socket. I'll zoom in a little bit. Now the eye isn't going to be that big if you're going to draw a realistic eye. If you're going to draw an anime character, the eye's probably bigger than that. I'm trying to get in really close here, but then I won't be able to see what I'm drawing. Okay, so Actually, I'll draw it big to begin with. So if we're drawing an eye, a lot of people just draw that kind of thing, which, you know, is fine, it works. But a good way to break that down is to draw these angles, 1, 2, 3. And then if this is the middle where the nose is, you do a short one and then a long one. And that gets you a nice eye shape. So if you then curve those around, 1, 2, 3, and then short, and then long, you can get sort of some nice eye shapes. Like that. So that's what I'm going to do up in here. So mine's a bit small. I drew a very small head, but I'm going to draw them inside that the circle. Because basically what I'm drawing here is the eyelids that are coming over and around the eyeball. Because, you know, your eye is actually a sphere that has the pupil and the iris in it. And when you draw them, you want them to sort of touch top and bottom or even overlap a little bit. Yeah, Anissa, you can draw any kind of eye you want. I'm just trying to show you how to draw a realistic eye. So when you do the other side, it's the opposite. So the little corner bit, like the 1, 2, 3, 4, is closer to the nose. And I've drawn mine 2 different sizes, which isn't good. What are you sharing a link to there, Ronnie? I hope it's in relation to drawing. Okay, so you can then go and put, let me see, I need a felt tip just to show you other details. I don't have to. I'm just getting a felt tip now, just because I'm going to be drawing lead over lead over lead. It's going to be too hard to see. So to round out the eye, you can smooth out those lines. You can thicken them up if you want them to look a bit more eyelashy, or even if they're wearing makeup or something. And or if you just want them to look sort of a bit more, I don't know even how to put it, a bit more lashy. So you could draw, if you want to do sort of a, I know male and females have eyelashes, but traditionally when drawing, females have eyelashes and males don't. SpongeBob has eyelashes though. So you can draw just like a bunch of lines really close together to get that sort of feel, top and bottom, like that. Starting short and then getting longer. And then even to do some highlights inside the eye, you can sort of just draw a bit of a semicircle there, color in the pupil. And then, oh, my other camera just closed down. Okay, let me just open this up again, my chat. All right. So you could also do some shading in the eye. So you can sort of color, or I'm just using a pencil here, like full coloring at the top and then lighter goes towards the bottom. Or just do some line work. The other way you could do lashes is get those lines in thicken them up a bit, is just draw like a curve sticking out, one big massive curve like that. It's a bit more like makeup, not as realistic. Put your highlight in the same side. And then of course you can do that same shading. Yeah, Varney, what are the links that you keep posting up? Yeah, we're meant to be focusing on drawing, not going to YouTube and looking at links. Okay. So we've got the, let's go to the nose now. We've got the nose there. So we don't want to draw around a whole triangle like that. What we want to do is, actually, I'm going to work with ink there. I'll drop my lid. I always want to put your lids back on your felt tip pens because they will dry out. We want to sort of get this shape at the bottom of the nose, the tip of the nose, and then nostrils on the side. So I've just drawn like a circle or a rounded square in the front there, and then curves off to the side for the nostril. So that. And then for the detailed part, I might draw under the nose and show the nostrils. Then maybe just coming around a little bit. There we go. Come around a little bit. And let's just put a little bit of shading on sort of the top. So I'm not going to show the whole square there. And then even up the side, I might just draw sort of one line. Maybe some little shading, little hash marks. I don't know if they're going to show up too well, but there's like 4 little lines there. It's a bit blurry. Guys, I don't know what's going on in the chat room, but please be nice to each other. Otherwise, you will get a warning from Peter, and then if you do it again, you will get kicked out of the class. There's no tolerance for bullying. Okay, so we've got a bit of the nose there. We've got the eyes. So on the top and the bottom of the eyes, sorry, just going back to the eyes, we can add a little crease for the eyelid and even underneath like that. And then the brows. Go back up. So we know where the brows are going to go. I'm just going to draw sort of a thicker area towards the middle and thin out towards the end. Now I'm just drawing a shape there, but when I go to use my felt tip pen, it depends on what you're using. I might actually draw a few individual hairs just to make it look a little bushier. And then I'll draw a straight line and a few little lines at the end as well. So sketching out to the ends, a little bit more sketching. Right at the end, a few little hairs. Then I can roughly color it in. I don't want it to be solid. I'm going to leave some white space in there. So it looks a bit bushy. So I don't know yet if this is a male or female. I'm just drawing facial features. So we could, on the side of the face, you could sort of just come in a little bit around the cheek and then down the jaw, like so. And that's just sort of showing the cheekbone. You don't even have to come in that far. Alternatively, I'm going to do two different sides here. You could come a lot of the way in, really far. And if the person has a very thin looking face or very chiseled face, you could come in all the way like that and even have sort of muscle showing there. Muscle on the side of the face. If you pull your mouth, like try and do a flat, straight mouth, you can feel the muscle on the side of your cheeks here and here. So this would sort of be in shadow a bit. Makes it look a little thinner. You could even bring that jaw in a bit more, like that. So I'm doing two half faces here. So if you're looking at this, you want to look at it sort of that side and then that side. The two different faces. That's why it doesn't really match up too well, I should say. Okay, let's just see now that get a proper look. Looks a bit like a clown with big lips, big clown lips. All right, so I just hit my light. So for the mouth, I'm not going to use my felt tip. Let's go back to my mechanical pencil. I want to start in the middle, in that vertical line, and I'm going to curve up a bit like that, and then down. So it's like a stretched out S shape. Everyone see that? And zoom in a bit. So I'll do the other side. Try and do it out of the camera. So coming up, so it turns to a little point in the middle and then up again. Yeah, Hannah, this is a bit hard today. I'm trying to go as slow as possible. But I think you guys are old enough to be able to do this. I have faith in you. So then to do detail on those lips, because we're not using that round area, that was just a guide. I'm going to draw a little V at the top. Also, I'm not sure how new you are. I think you've been here before. You've been here a few different classes. This is stuff that we have done in class before. Maybe not quite to this detail, but we have done this before. And then from that V, I'm going to bring the top lip down like that, and the top lip down like that. Looks a bit crooked, and it is, because I'm trying to look around the camera. And then for the bottom lip, I'm going to curve it in on each side. And then, sorry, I need to turn my page, and then curve it up. And sort of smooth it out. Like so. Again, you can change the lips to any kind of size and shape you want. I'll leave that there for a bit, but I will draw some other lips to show you some other ways of drawing it. But this is going to come from practice. You need to, try drawing different heads and drawing different lip shapes and eye shapes and lashes and noses, because everyone looks different. See, now that we've got most of those features in, if I rubbed out all those construction lines, because I've, because I've inked it, I can rub them out without worrying about it. But in some places, I still have pencil lines I want to keep. You can sort of see what I've been talking about and how putting in all those construction lines have helped us draw a face. It's not the best face, and it's a bit half-half. A good half of that face. Very big, powerful draw there. But then on this side, a bit more of a angular cheekbone there. You could make it even more angled. Okay, any questions so far? It's been a very quiet class. I will draw some other mouths so you can have a look at those. How are we going for time? Oh, it's about half an hour. Good. You can have some fun next one, draw something not quite as hard. Okay, why don't actually, before I move on and draw something else, why don't you guys show me what you've drawn? Hold on, let's have a look. Column, it's a little high, I can't see that. Lower it a bit. The big lips is good. That's cool. Andy Ivy. Kai, that's cool too. I like that. Will, it's good. You got the warped face like mine, half-half. Anissa, that's good. Kira Dillon, that's pretty cool. Looks like someone I know, actually. That's scary. Callum, that's cool. Haley, that's really nice. Yeah, so you don't have to, Audrey, that's my face. You don't always have to copy what I'm doing. You can, once you feel more confident, you can do your own thing as well. Ivy, you're saying you can't catch up. You can get this recording and watch it again and be able to pause it. Sorry if I was going a bit fast. But we'll do something different next. Nolan, I'm going to say no to post any other video. We just want to concentrate on this for now. So I just drew a couple of other lips for you. So look, you could do lips that are a bit more squished. And you could really put in that sort of curve shape. It's like an M, a curvy M in the middle. And then you could make them really round and curve in like this. So really squished lips. Or you can make them really thin. So I'm using the same basic drawing step, like I'm doing that sort of curved line in there. But maybe in this one, you don't see much of the top lip at all. So I'm just altering a little bit. So it's learning the rules so that you can then break the rules. Sorry, I keep knocking the camera with my face. And this one has just a index like that. Sometimes they might have a big lower lip and a thin top lip. It's still in the page. Okay. Oh, I've got to turn my head. Yes.
Slow down a little bit. I will say maybe we could slow down a little bit.
Yep. Well, these ones are just doing sketchy, so you don't really have to follow along with these ones. But the next thing we're going to draw, I will slow down a lot more for that one. So yeah, this one could be big lower lip. And just a smaller upper lip. So it depends on what you want to, the character you're drawing, what they look like, personality, all that kind of stuff, to sort of how their features look and how you want to draw their mouths or their eyes and things like that. A realistic water droplet. Anissa. Well, water droplets are pretty much the same shape, but if you want it realistic, I guess you mean like the reflections and things like that on it. And that really comes down to where the light's coming from and all that sort of thing. So I think you'd be best looking at just reference, just go to Google and type in water droplet. Because, you know, basically they're just, let's see if there's space here. You're just trying to get that shape, that water droplet shape. Now I just drew it like that, but you could start off with a circle and draw a line up and then bring your curve down from that. And that'll give you a curve to get the little droplet happening. Does that help? And then of course, you know, you rub out the lines in between. And then depending on how the lighting is, you might have highlight there, you might have some shadow as well. But of course it's water and it's all flowy, it might be weirdly shaped, even though the highlight might be different. So it's really hard to tell. It depends on, like, even if it's broken off from the water, if it's a splash, if it's a drip from a tap. It's really hard to tell how to draw it without looking at reference. It's one of those hard things to do. Okay, so is everyone finished with that page? Because we will move on. But still keep with the head. I'm going to switch to a sharper pencil. And I can't remember if we had a request or not. But let's draw, what we just drew persons. Let's do an animal. Let's draw a dog. So I'm going to start with the circle again, always a circle for a head. It's a good starting point. And instead of doing it front on, I'm going to do it 3/4. So I have covered that in the past, but I'll just do it quickly up here to show you for those new people. So when we drew the face, we drew it like this with, let me zoom in because it's really small. So that's a front on face. And then if we turn the head side on, so the nose is on the side, you'll see one eye, like that. So we've got front, side. 3/4 is halfway between that. So this line going down here we call A. It's now going down there on the side of the face. So it goes from the middle to the side. So from the middle to the side, halfway in between is there. So we have one eye here, a small eye. The nose is now over here, and the mouth is big on this side and small on that side. That was really small, but sort of get the idea of what it is. So it looks like the head's turning across. So this is front, 3/4, 3/4, and side. So on this one, we're going to make it 3/4. So I'm not going to draw the line down there. I'm not going to draw it down there. I'm going to draw it in between. Like that. And the eye line is going to be sort of curving that way. This is making our circle look like a sphere. So it makes it look 3D. Okay. So now I want to draw the muzzle, so the nose and the mouth of this dog. So I'm going to draw sort of where I want it to start from. Actually, this should come down a bit lower because there's going to be a jaw as well. So that's where it's touching the sphere. And then from that, I'm going to bring it out to where I want it to stop. So this is where the nose is, sort of like that. And then this is going to come back to join. So this is the jaw at the bottom here. Has everyone got that? I'm not moving too fast for you guys. Hopefully. That's good, Callum. That's weird, my other screen's completely frozen. So I have to look at my phone to see you guys. Wow, that's great, Evan's iPhone. Thanks for that. That's not going to be confusing at all. Okay, so I'm going to put in the eyes. So I want one eye to be about here. And remember, with the 3/4, the eye on this side is going to be a bit smaller and a bit squished. And then before it gets too confusing, we're going to rub out all these lines inside the muzzle. Yeah. So then we can draw the mouth in. Comes down from the point of the nose. That's looking a bit more canine-like. I'll rub out that line there. Could even rub out half of that one. Oh, sorry, my phone is about to die. I always forget to charge it before these lessons. Let me see if I can plug it in now. There we go. Doesn't look like it's charging anyway. Okay, so I've got head, eyes, nose, mouth. We need some ears. So I want the ears to start about here, and one's going to be on the other side there. So I'm just going to draw, depends on the kind of dog, sort of a rounded triangle almost, curved on one side, straighter on the other. I like that a bit bigger. I like cats. I used to have a cat, but then I moved to a house where I can't have cats and I had to give them away to a friend. But I am getting a dog, which is weird. by this time next month, I will have a puppy, little puppy, German Shepherd. Okay, so then we've got that. Let's do a bit of the neck coming down, back there and underneath, sort of fluffy chin like that. Okay, so has everyone got that? Let's see what you've got so far. That's good, Kai. Oh, who's that? Is that Callum? I can't tell. Yes, it's cool. Cute. Ivy. It's facing the other way. What else have we got? I can't see anyone else's. Sophia, do you want to hold yours up again? Who's that? Was that Audrey? I think that's Audrey. That's cool. Nice. Evan's iPhone, that's great. Well, that's good too. Oh, that one looks tiny. Who's that? Kira, that's a tiny one. Yeah, cool. All right, cool. Sorry, I just had to look at that on my phone because my other screen's frozen. So it's hard to see everyone at once. All right, so we can start adding a bit of detail in here. Why don't we, even though we've drawn them a bit realistic, why don't we make it a bit more cartoony? So I'm going to give him some angry eyebrows. Like that. And then on this side as well. Like that. About the circles of. Actually, I just did a wolf on my Instagram. It's called Art Noobs. Hang on. If you want to check it out, Art NEWBS, Art Noobs. You can see that. Because I'm doing a drawing challenge for this month, where I'm drawing. It's called Linktober, where I'm drawing the Legend of Zelda stuff all month, one a day. And one of them I uploaded was Wolf Link, if anyone knows that character. So big eyes and then pupils in as well. Keeping them sort of close to the middle, but not too close. My Instagram is artnoobs, ARTNEWBS. My last name is Newby, NEWBY, but people call me Noobs, so it's Art Noobs. Okay, so we have the eyes. We can give it a little line over there, a little meaner. Add a little brow in up here. Maybe some fur on the other side. Rub out some of these construction lines. Thanks, August. Yeah. I knew a girl called Aga. Is it Aga? Agastya? And the nose, let's put a bit more detail on that, split it down the middle. Show a bit of the nostril there. Nostril on the other side. Thank you. I've been drawing for a long time. that's why they were good. I still don't like half of them, but that's everyone doesn't like the drawing usually. So I've got a bit more detail there on the nose. I could add a bit of sort of fur texture around the edge of the nose there. Bring the muzzle up. Could even do it as a few little creases as if he's growling. So in that case, I'll change the mouth a bit. I'll bring the lip up higher, like that. And then within that, I'll do some teeth. Usually towards the back, dogs have teeth that are sort of fused into, like 3 of them become one big tooth. Maybe some gum and teeth. And then I might rub out this cheek and give him some fuzz there. And same on the other side. So I'm just sort of making that up, but I want to do a little kick out and then a couple sort of just coming down, touching. They don't even have to all touch. They can just be lines as well, just to keep it a bit bushy. And let's continue that. We'll do a little bit on his chin. And then underneath here. For brilliant kids, we only have Zoom classes while lockdown is on. We may do some classrooms in the future, not sure yet. So I'm just adding little bits of fur here and there, just to make him look a bit shaggier, see here and up here. And then let's put some detail on his ears. So again, I'm going to rub out some of these construction lines. I'm going to keep it basically the same. Up the back of the ear, and then as I get towards the tip of the ear, I'm just going to put, make it some furry. Little bits of fur up there. Same with the inside of the ear, make a little fur at the top. Zoom in on that so you can see. And then on the inside of the ear, more fur. So I'm just going back and forth, basically. Like zigzaggy kind of thing. What do you mean a canine dog? You mean like a police dog, Anissa? Like a German Shepherd? It's a bit more wolf-like. A bit more like a wolf, I think. I'll add some little fur at the top, on the top of the head. And then I'll do the same to this here, like I did the other one. Fur on the tip, on the outside, fur on the tip, on the inside, and then inside the actual ear, just do some shagginess. Get it shade the inside. You're drawing a puppy. You drew a happy puppy. Why is my screen not? I need to update it. Okay. How's everyone going? I can only look at you on my phone. Ivy, that's pretty good. Your eyes look a bit crooked though. Ari, I can't see yours. You have to turn your background off, I think. There we go. Oh, nice. Looks like a Pomeranian. Yeah, good. Yeah, it's good. I like it. Will, that's pretty good. Yeah, your eyes are a bit crooked there, Will, but looks good. Okay, who's that? Oh, Audrey. Are you drawing Paw Patrol? I guess it is sort of like that. Yeah, okay. Good job. All right, so the last thing I do on here is just bring down the fur at the back, give it some fuzziness there. And if you wanted to do some shading, you could do some sort of under the... So what I'm doing now, instead of drawing like this, I've actually got my pencil holding it more like that, where it's holding it down flat. And I'm using the side of the pencil just to shade. But I don't want to do that all over. I just want to do it in some sort of the dark areas around the eyes, under the nose, under the mouth, back of the ears, the puppy and the snake. And then I'm just smudging it with my finger. A little bit sort of blur, so it doesn't look like pencil lines. I can even add that into areas I didn't have shading. Just smudging it around. Oh, I just realized I've got my iPad here. I can show you some of the the other stuff I've done, the other wolf I did. So we've got a few minutes left. Let me see. Here's the wolf I drew the other day. And a little puppy. So that's Wolf Link on my iPad. So you can see, if I've got my pencil, these are all done on lots of different layers. So this is the line work, and then different colors are on different layers. And these ones are ones where I've added shading into layers. That's why they're the checker box. There's his tongue. So actually it's this guy's tongue. So like if I turn that off, the color goes away. So that's all this dog's layers. And all the way down to the background layers. Yeah, the mountain and the zoom out, you can see it. That's the grass, the mountain, clouds, some of the shading in the sky, and then the background color. Okay, so show you some others there. I drew this big Hinox. Again, just using lots of different layers and things. So this is an iPad, and I'm using the program Procreate. I drew a zombie Captain America. This is pretty cool. And actually, a friend of mine turned that into a miniature to use for a game. Let me see if I can show you this. There you go. Little miniature. Oops, what did I touch? Pencil. There it is. So I drew this picture, and my friend turned him into a little 3D guy, and then I printed him out. And now I'm using in little games that I play with my friends. All right, so we've got 4 minutes left. Sorry, Anissa, do you have a question? There you go. You have a question?
I have a question.
Yeah, it was up, that's all. Okay, so does anyone have any questions? Because we've only got like 3-4 minutes left. We don't have time to draw anything else. Well, why don't everyone show me their drawings? Joshua, that's really cool. I like the pointy ears. Big ears like that. Yeah, Will. So, Will, that eye that's close to you on the left, this eye, it just needs to come up a little bit. Otherwise, that's really good. Ivy, that's really cool. Joshua, have you got a question? Anissa, I like that one too.
My name's not Josh.
Oh, it says Joshua Chow.
I'm using my brother's laptop.
Oh, okay, that'd be why. So what's your name?
Jaden.
Jaden, okay. So do you have a question?
That's all.
Oh, that was it. You just want to tell me that you're not Joshua. Okay. Prisha, that's really cool. Yeah, everyone's done really nice work. Callum, I like that one too. Yeah, you just need to rub out the bottom of the circle, Callum. See the way the circle goes across his nose? Just need to rub that bit out. So what you could do is if you had a felt tip pen. Sorry, Andy Ivy, have you got a question? You're raising your hand. Yeah, you didn't know where the little button is. Do you want to unmute and ask your question?
Sorry.
Sorry, say again.
I forgot.
Oh, you forgot? Well, raise your hand again if you remember. I'll leave you on unmuted right now. But if you have a felt tip pen or a Sharpie or something, you can just like go over those lines. Oops. Just being really smooth and slow. And if you mess up a bit, like if you go out of the line like that, see how I've gone past the line? Don't worry about it. Don't throw it away. Just go back. And then when you come back to that line, turn it into a double line and color it in. So you just have some thick and thin lines. And you can just add some other thick and thin lines in there and no one will know you ever made a mistake. And just mix them up like that. Make it thicker at the bottom. So you can just keep adding to it, adding texture, adding little bits of fluff here and there, just to add details until you've done the whole thing. Nolan, you've got a question? There you go.
Yes. Could I show some drawings I did during the holidays?
Yeah, I'd love to see that. Also, guys, just remember if you are going to ink or use Sharpies or textures, make sure you've got paper underneath because it will soak through. So look at my table has dots all over it where ink has gone through because I didn't have pages underneath. Okay, Nolan, show me what you got.
Well, here's an eggplant.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, nice shading.
And I've also got tomato.
Yeah, that's really nice. Are you smudging that with your finger?
Strawberry.
Strawberry, yeah. Do you do smudging with your finger or are you using a tool?
I've got two more.
Okay.
Onion.
Okay. Did you just go through the crisper, did you, and get all the vegetables out?
And finally some chili.
Nice. They're good. They're really good. All right. I think we are out of time, everyone. So remember, if you've done something that your favorite drawing for today or something that you're really proud of, oh, nice, Audrey. You can take a photo of it and send it into Brilliant Kids, and we'll add it to our online galleries, and then I can even have a better look. Or if you want to send me a message, or maybe you're drawing something during the week, you want me to have a look at it, and we're not having a class, then you can send it to Brilliant Kids and they can send it back to me. Or you could contact me through my Art News page as well. I usually get back to anyone that writes there. Or even if you've got your own pages, you can send me a link through Instagram to your Instagram and I'll check it out. Let's have a look at your other drawings. But other than that, we are out of time and I'll see you all next week.
Thank you, Evan. Yeah, we are out of time. I'm going to unmute everyone to say goodbye to Mr. Evans.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, Mr. Evan.
Bye.
Thanks for teaching us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.